Hi, so I tried to post a video, or not post it, I tried to create a video on how we pack for Hunter for our trips. Hunter has Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder, which is ARFID, and it means that he is not just a picky eater, he has a lot of limitations to what he considers safe foods to eat. And it goes a little bit beyond just being picky. For example, when we went on our cruise a couple of years ago, we flew into Barcelona, we got on a cruise ship. At the time, Hunter had eaten chicken nuggets. He used to eat croissants from Starbucks every morning. He ate pizza, he ate pancakes on occasion if we went out somewhere. So we were like, oh, cruise, buffet, all the foods, it'll be great. No, this child ate nothing for like the first 4 days of our trip. So much nothing that he ended up dehydrated and malnourished and violently ill on one of our excursions. Eventually, he settled on eating Pringles and spicy Doritos that we were able to find in town, and then we just started hoarding them. And that's what he ate until we got back to Barcelona, where my mother shipped a giant box of his safety foods to our Barcelona hotel. So, for the people out there that think, oh, they'll eat when they're hungry. No, they won't. And if you take away their safety foods, then they just have no foods. That's it. There's no alternative. They don't just like find something new because they're hungry. That's not how that works. In addition to ARFID, Hunter's autism, one of the other delays that we have is that Hunter has expressive language delays. He just started talking 2 years ago when he was 6. And he's made so much progress, but we still have a long way to go. And the problem with that is that Hunter can't tell us what this feels like for him in any given situation. A lot of what we learned about ARFID came from taking classes, talking to doctors, and learning from people on YouTube and Facebook that have ARFID and that are sharing their journeys. Those adults and children that we follow and we look at, they're the ones that are explaining to us how they feel. And then some of the behaviors that they talk about, like if one of Hunter's eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and one of the pieces of Cinnamon Toast Crunch falls onto the couch or the floor, he will stick it up on the table. It cannot be eaten. If you touch it, it cannot be eaten. So we didn't understand it. And then one of the people we follow explained it that it's not safe anymore because something might be on it and it might taste different, and that makes them nervous and then they don't want to eat it anymore. So we could lose a safety food simply because somebody didn't realize that and made him eat a piece that was on the table or that he just missed. So, but he can't tell us that, right? So we just have foods and lose foods and we don't know why. We don't know what made the shift or what changed. So Hunter used to eat grapes. Hunter used to eat pancakes. Hunter used to eat chicken nuggets. Hunter used to eat croissants. Hunter used to eat a lot of foods, and we lost them well before we moved. But when we moved, we had a whole new problem. So we live about 15-ish minutes away from a US Air Force base here in Belgium. And they have a commissary, which is where we do all of our shopping for Hunter. And it has a lot of his safety foods, but they also don't restock as often as like a normal US grocery store does. So there's times where safety foods can be out of stock. Like somebody just went hog wild and their Doritos are gone and that was the safety food that week. And then we're just out of that food. So the goal is always to have multiple types of the same type of food. So for example, Hunter eats cereal. Hunter can eat Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Fruity Pebbles right now. Which means if we run out of one, even though one might be preferred over the other two, he can still eat the other two without issue. Hunter also eats Doritos and Goldfish and Cheez-Its and popcorn, microwavable popcorn. Right now, he prefers microwavable popcorn. He can also eat Tostito chips. These are all things that Hunter can eat at any given time. He can also eat Sour Patch Kids, which is basically the only candy he eats, and the occasional marshmallow. He likes donuts. Powdered donuts from the store are fine, but he prefers Dunkin' Donuts. We don't have a Dunkin' Donuts where we live, The closest one is about an hour away, and we make those trips on occasion. So a lot of the big cities that we go to also have Dunkins in them, so whenever we go somewhere where there's Dunkin', we make sure that he gets a Dunkin'. We don't bring Dunkin' home because it won't taste the same, and we don't want to lose Dunkin' as food for when we go back to the States. This picture here is what it looks like to pack for a long weekend. The brown bag on the counter is my purse. That is what I carry with me when we go anywhere. It always has snacks for Hunter in it. More snacks, longer trips. Less snacks, normal trips. So it'll always have food in it, but if we're just going to a restaurant for dinner and we've been home all day, then they'll just have a minimum amount of snacks in it. If we're going to be out and about in a new city exploring all day and we're going to be stopping at multiple restaurants or cafes, then it'll have more snacks in it. The backpack that's on the floor in that picture is where I keep the reserves. That's like the cereals and things like that that he'll eat only at the hotel. And we'll have bowls and his spoon and all of the things that make it feel like home. We've had a lot of extra stresses here because of just not realizing that food insecurity is a thing. Even though we have food. Look, I'll show you. We have food, right? Everything that's full of food. The drawers on the bottom are full of food. Our cabinets here are full of foods and cereals and things. Like, we have food. It's not that we don't have food. But for Hunter, food insecurity comes from, if I eat all of this kind of food, what if I can't buy more? So he'll start rationing himself off, and he'll be drinking more water because I'll force more water on him, but he'll stop eating as much because we're not going to the store yet. And what if the store doesn't have what I want? And when I notice that he eats a lot more right after a grocery trip and a lot less as it gets closer to the next grocery trip. We share a car. We only have one car, so we can't just like go to the store any time of the day. My husband often will stop at the store on his way home, but it's just not something that we can easily get to right away if he needs it, and he's kind of realized that, and so he rations his food, which is insane to me that he's even worried about it. But he's worried about it because if they don't have this, then what am I going to eat? It never occurs to him I could just try something new. That's not an option for him. It's a scary concept, and he doesn't like it. So this is what ARFID looks like. Having to pack food for a weekend, not being able to just go and eat at a restaurant, not being able to just pack a suitcase full of clothes and toiletries and call it good. I have to pack entire meals and snacks and food so that he doesn't get hungry. Yes, he likes Pringles. Yes, they serve Pringles in Europe. We can stop at a store and buy a package of Pringles and he will be okay. We learned that. But there's other factors that make him not want to eat. He's stimming right now, you know. So, I see a lot of videos about people talking about child abuse when it comes to the food that you're giving your kids. I get it. I do. I get it. I started off wanting my kids to eat whole food. That's how I know that Hunter would eat chicken, and I knew he would eat grapes, and I know he would eat apple slices because we used to give him those things. I don't know how they changed or why they changed or when they changed. I know that they don't always taste the same, right? You have a grape, one's like super sweet, one's super like sour. That happens. But for Hunter, it means it's not safe anymore. So packaged foods become safe. You'll try anything if your kid's just not eating. All of our doctors, like Hunter's been through food therapy, Hunter's been through his pediatrician. As long as he continues to grow, they are not concerned. And so we make sure he gets his calories, fed his best, and that's what we do right now. So follow along, because we're going to keep trying and we're going to keep introducing new foods, and every time he has one, we're going to share it and we're going to celebrate big because it might be gone in a day or two. But if you ever see a parent feeding their kid something that is less nutritional than you think they should be feeding their kid, give a little grace, because you don't know what struggles they're fighting. Thanks.